So you have worked so hard to get your paycheck, and then poof, it is gone to bills, taxes, groceries, your children's needs, Amazon, subscriptions, whatever it is, and you never get a chance to enjoy it.
And every financial guru, including Wealth Nation, we have some videos where we're saying to just get a side hustle, like you're not already working 50 hours a week, putting in overtime on top of living your life.
Yeah, so listen, what if I told you, Wealth Nation, that you actually don't need a side hustle to turn your salary into passive income?
In this video, we're breaking down how to make your paycheck work for you so you can build wealth while keeping your nights and weekends free to live your life.
And here's why most people stay stuck in the salary trap. Let's paint this picture, okay? Because most people think that if they have a fixed salary, they have to stay stuck in the cycle of working just to survive.
But the real problem is not your salary. It's how your money moves. If all your money is going towards things that don't generate income or more money, you'll never get ahead.
That's really just we could stop here. That's just the gist of how this whole thing goes. So before we talk about your salary and turning it into passive income, let's make one thing clear, family. You don't need more money. You just need a better strategy. I'm going to say that one more time. You don't need more money. You just need a better strategy.
Yeah, and the very first thing when we talk about the 3 rules of making your salary work for you, the very first thing is as soon as you get paid, it needs to go to building wealth first. Building wealth.
Pay yourself first.
The right way.
How many times have we said this on the channel? Pay yourself first.
I don't think we can say it enough. Most people get their paycheck and pay everything else first. The landlord, the credit card, the company, the grocery store, Amazon, before ever thinking about their future.
Because typically we're just living for today. We're not thinking about the future. So instead of doing all of that, how about you take between 15 and 20% of your income? Yes, we're raising the stakes. Inflation is killing us, right? So now instead of 10%, we're saying 15 to 20% of your income and redirect it into something that will make you money, right? It's not just about saving it. We want you to figure out how to take that money and put it somewhere where it will grow.
Now, consciously, the second mistake that people make, or the second mistake that people make consciously, is they think like an employee. You need to start thinking like an owner. Employees work for money. Owners make money work for them. That's why they hire you, so that you can make money for them. And the secret is treating your salary like capital and not spending money.
Ooh, I hope that hurt some people's feelings in the back.
It should.
It's the truth, right? Because what we really need to be thinking of, instead of how can I spend money this month, we need to be thinking about how much money can I keep and multiply. We have to start thinking like businesses, because businesses create cash flow. If we want to create cash flow, then we have to have a mindset shift in how we do this. And that's how we move from thinking like an employee to a business owner.
Yeah, and the third mistake is don't save. Build a wealth machine. If your money is just sitting in a savings account, you actually losing money thanks to inflation. So wealthy people, they don't save. They store money in assets that pay them money. So when we say to save money, save money, save money, what we're saying is you have to take it a step further. When you talk about paying yourself first, you have to take it a step further than savings and actually take that money and put it into an income producing asset.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the 3 ways to turn your salary into passive income. The very first point we could recommend is invest and make it automatic. Set it and forget it, right? So what we're thinking about in painting this picture is for you to set up an automatic transfer into an investment, right? So automate it so that you don't have to think about it. Set it and forget it.
And the technology has made this so easy.
Oh, yeah.
I remember back in the day, well, this was before my time. Like, I didn't know what I was looking at, but you could look in.
What did you have to do?
You could look in the newspaper and see the stocks. Mm-hmm. Now you can just go online and you can make it automatic. So set up automatic contributions to index funds, dividend stocks, or REITs. Even if you start with $100 a month, the key is to stay consistent.
$100, $100. Just keep it going.
Over the years, that adds up.
Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is back to what you were saying, like not just about saving, right? So we don't want you to just leave your money in a 401k where you can't touch it. We have to make sure that you have access to cash when you need it.
Mm-hmm. And the second opportunity is to be your own lender. This is a game changer. using a high cash value whole life insurance policy to store your money instead of a bank. That is a game changer when you can borrow money from yourself and pay yourself back the principal and interest that would have otherwise gone to the bank.
Now, here's the thing to think about. Why would someone do that? Because it earns guaranteed interest and it grows tax-free and it lets you borrow against the policy at any time without losing your gains. That's the biggest part, without losing your gains. So think about that.
Now, we have a whole video, we'll link it here, where we talk about how to borrow from your whole life insurance policy.
And instead of waiting until retirement, you can use the money now to fund income producing investments without asking the bank for permission. That's just the amazing perks about having a whole life insurance policy.
100%.
We interrupt this regular scheduled program to bring you an important message.
Are you struggling to build wealth and feeling stuck in the paycheck to paycheck cycle?
Listen, financial freedom isn't just for the rich. It's about anyone who knows how to play the money game the right way.
And that's exactly why we teach our program called Financial Freedom for Your Whole Life, which is a step-by-step system so that you can start taking control of your money, creating cash, and stop depending on the banks.
So if you're ready to break free and start building real wealth, click on the link and join us today.
Back to our regular scheduled program.
Now, the third way to make passive income is to turn your bills into income producing assets. How do I turn my bills into income producing assets?
And here's the thing that most people miss out is that you're already spending money every single month. So the key is to just redirect those expenses towards assets that pay you back.
An example of this would be, let's say you're paying $1,500 a month in rent. Could you house hack and own a duplex instead? And this way you'll have someone else helping you pay your mortgage instead of you just doing it yourself.
Or instead of dropping $500 or more on a car payment, why not buy a cash flowing asset that is funding your car payments for you? Just different ways and strategies to think about how to leverage your income as opposed to spending your income.
The key here when we're talking about turning your bills into income is to make sure that every dollar you spend has the potential to make you more money. Because at the end of the day, what we're doing, every time we spend money, we're making somebody else money. Why not we be the one that benefits first from our own money?
Totally agree. So let's talk about the mistakes to avoid. So the very first one is relying on your 401k alone or any retirement product alone, right? Because retirement products are not wealth building tools. They are just to put the delay button on your retirement funding. So you need to figure out a way to create money that's going to work for you now, not just when you're in your 60s.
Yeah, the second one is keeping money in a regular savings account. Savings accounts don't build wealth. The only thing that they do is they let the bank use your money and make them rich.
Exactly. And also the next thing is waiting for the right time to start. Oh, I can't tell you how many times people tell us, oh, well, I'm just going to wait for this to happen. And we're like, okay, keep waiting because I don't know what you're waiting for. The perfect time is now, family, right? Start where you are with what you have and let your money grow over time.
Right, because that's the only guarantee we have is right now. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, and yesterday already happened. So the only guarantee that we have is the opportunity that we have right now in this second, not tomorrow, not in 5 years, because we have no idea what the future is going to hold for us. So let's start making decisions that we can benefit from so that we can start making moves for right now.
And the other thing too, like I was just thinking it through this whole conversation, how beautiful it is to have this conversation, because I know that this wasn't something that I was taught. When I started getting a job, it was congratulations, you have a job, but then that was it. You know, get your benefits package and then that's about it. So the point that we want to convey for all of you all today is to make sure that you recognize that the asset that you have right now is the income.
Which is you.
Yeah. So how do you transform that income? How do you make that income do more for you? How do you have money at work instead of people at work, meaning you training your time for wages, right? So in this instance, as we're talking about, don't just rely on these products, this or the other. Look at your income right now as the fuel for your rocket ship. You're just building your rocket ship one panel at a time, using your income to take you into the stratosphere.
And you don't need a second job, another job that you don't like. You just need for your first paycheck to work smarter. Use your first paycheck to work smarter for you. Don't spend it first on Amazon and other ways that you can't benefit from financially.
Amazon won't pay you unless you're part of the affiliates program.
Yeah.
Right? That's another way of passive income. Create an affiliates program with Amazon.
100%.
Right? Get paid for all of the things that you have. When people come over and they say, oh, well, I like that. Here's my affiliate link. Right? Because it's not about creating another job. It's just being more strategic with your time. So if you are free to break free from the salary cycle and turn your income into real financial freedom, then we definitely recommend that you check out our Financial Freedom for Your Whole Life program.
In this program, we break this down step by step so you can start now without waiting for a raise, without a side hustle, without overtime, without gambling in the stock market.
So hit the subscribe button, give us a like on this video because it helps our channel grow, and tell us in the comments, what is the biggest challenge that you have with passive income? Let's talk about it.
And check out our next video for more videos like this in passive income.
And don't forget to own your own lifestyle.
Or someone else will.